Several conduit benders can handle electrical metallic tubing, or EMT, from 1/2 inch up to 4 inches. These benders typically come in electric or hydraulic models. Firstly, consider the Greenlee hydraulic conduit bender, model A191. This bender is capable of bending 1/2 inch to 4 inch EMT. It is available in both electric and hydraulic versions. Its compact design facilitates easy transportation. It allows for quick and accurate conduit bending with minimal effort. Secondly, consider the rigid hydraulic conduit bender, model 330. This bender also bends 1/2 inch to 4 inch EMT. It is designed to be lightweight and portable. It is simple to operate, often utilizing a single hydraulic pump. Its durable construction ensures long-lasting use. Thirdly, explore the Imperial Eastman Model 300 series electric conduit bender. This electric bender also handles 1/2 inch to 4 inch EMT. It features a high-quality construction with a heavy-duty chassis. An easy-to-read angle indicator is included for precision. It has an automatic shut-off feature to enhance safety. When selecting a bender, several factors should be taken into account. These include portability, durability, and ease of use. Portability is important if the bender needs to be moved frequently between job sites. A compact and lightweight design will make transportation easier. Durability is crucial for ensuring the bender can withstand the rigors of regular use. Look for models with robust construction and high-quality materials. Ease of use can significantly impact productivity. Benders with simple controls and clear instructions will reduce the learning curve and improve efficiency. Hydraulic benders use fluid power to bend conduit, requiring less manual effort. Electric benders automate the bending process, increasing speed and precision. Manual benders require more physical strength and are typically used for smaller conduit sizes. Always consult the manufacturer's instructions and safety guidelines before operating any conduit bender. Proper use and maintenance will extend the life of the tool and ensure safe operation. Additionally, ensure the bender is compatible with the type and size of conduit being used. Using the wrong bender can damage the conduit or the bender itself. Before making a bend, inspect the conduit for any defects or damage. Damaged conduit should not be bent, as it may break or collapse during the bending process. When bending conduit, use the correct bending shoes and follow the manufacturer's instructions for setting up the bender. Incorrect setup can result in inaccurate bends or damage to the conduit. After making a bend, inspect it to ensure it meets the required specifications. The bend should be smooth and free of kinks or distortions. If the bend is not satisfactory, it may be necessary to rebend the conduit or use a different bending technique. Regularly inspect the bender for any signs of wear or damage. Worn or damaged parts should be replaced immediately to prevent accidents or equipment failure. Keep the bender clean and lubricated to ensure smooth operation. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for cleaning and lubrication. When storing the bender, protect it from moisture and extreme temperatures. Store it in a dry, secure location to prevent damage or theft. Consider the power source requirements. Electric benders require a reliable power source, while hydraulic benders can be operated manually or with a powered pump. Choose a bender that is compatible with the available power sources at the job site. Evaluate the bending capacity of the bender. Ensure it can handle the range of conduit sizes required for the job. Overloading the bender can damage the equipment or result in inaccurate bends. Check for features that enhance safety, such as automatic shut-off mechanisms and overload protection. These features can help prevent accidents and protect the equipment from damage. Some benders come with accessories such as bending shoes, rollers, and support stands. These accessories can make the bending process easier and more efficient. Consider the overall cost of the bender, including the initial purchase price, maintenance costs, and the cost of any necessary accessories. Choose a bender that offers the best value for the investment. Read reviews and compare different models before making a purchase. Get feedback from other users to help make an informed decision. Consider renting a bender if it is only needed for occasional use. Renting can be a cost-effective alternative to purchasing a bender outright. Before renting a bender, ensure it is in good working condition and that all necessary accessories are included. Ask for a demonstration of how to use the bender properly. When transporting the bender, secure it properly to prevent damage. Use appropriate tie-downs and padding to protect the equipment. Always wear appropriate safety gear when operating a conduit bender, including safety glasses, gloves, and hearing protection. Follow all safety regulations and guidelines to prevent accidents. Never operate a conduit bender under the influence of drugs or alcohol. This can impair judgment and increase the risk of accidents. If unsure about how to operate a conduit bender, seek training from a qualified instructor. Proper training can help prevent accidents and ensure efficient operation. Keep the work area clean and free of obstructions. This will help prevent trips and falls and make it easier to operate the bender. When bending conduit near electrical hazards, take extra precautions to avoid contact with live wires. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment. If the conduit bender malfunctions, stop using it immediately and have it repaired by a qualified technician. Do not attempt to repair the bender yourself unless you are properly trained and equipped. Regularly inspect the hydraulic fluid level in hydraulic benders. Though fluid levels can affect performance and damage the equipment, use the correct type of hydraulic fluid as recommended by the manufacturer. When disposing of used hydraulic fluid, follow all environmental regulations and guidelines. Do not pour it down the drain or onto the ground. Store hydraulic fluid in a properly labeled container in a secure location. Keep it away from heat, sparks, and open flames. Regularly inspect the electrical cords and connections on electric benders. Replace any damaged cords or connections immediately. Use a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI outlet when operating an electric bender in wet or damp conditions. This will help protect against electric shock. Do not overload electrical circuits when operating an electric bender. This can cause the circuit breaker to trip or damage the equipment. Use extension cords that are properly rated for the amperage of the electric bender. Do not use undersized extension cords, as they can overheat and cause a fire. When bending conduit in cold weather, allow the bender to warm up before use. Cold temperatures can affect the performance of hydraulic benders and make it more difficult to bend conduit. When bending conduit in hot weather, protect the bender from direct sunlight. Overheating can damage the equipment. When bending conduit with multiple bends, plan the bends carefully to minimize waste. Use a conduit layout tool to help plan the bends. Cut the conduit to the correct length before bending it. This will help ensure accurate bends and minimize waste. Use a conduit reamer to remove any burrs or sharp edges from the cut ends of the conduit. This will prevent damage to the wires when they are pulled through the conduit. Use a conduit bender table or chart to determine the correct bending angles and offsets. These tables and charts are available from conduit bender manufacturers and online resources. When bending conduit with a large radius, use a conduit roller to support the conduit and prevent it from kinking. When bending conduit with a small radius, use a conduit shoe to support the conduit and prevent it from collapsing. When bending conduit with a back-to-back bend, use a conduit bender with a back-to-back bending attachment. This will ensure that the bends are parallel and properly spaced. When bending conduit with an offset bend, use a conduit bender with an offset bending attachment. This will ensure that the bends are at the correct angle and offset. When bending conduit with a saddle bend, use a conduit bender with a saddle bending attachment. This will ensure that the bends are smooth and even. When bending conduit with a kick bend, use a conduit bender with a kick bending attachment. This will ensure that the bends are at the correct angle and distance. When bending rigid metal conduit, or RMC, use a conduit bender specifically designed for RMC. RMC requires more force to bend than EMT. When bending aluminum conduit, use a conduit bender specifically designed for aluminum conduit. Aluminum conduit is softer than steel conduit and can be easily damaged if bent improperly. When bending stainless steel conduit, use a conduit bender specifically designed for stainless steel conduit. Stainless steel conduit is very hard and requires a lot of force to bend. When bending PVC conduit, use a conduit bender specifically designed for PVC conduit. PVC conduit is brittle and can crack if bent improperly. Use a heat gun or blanket to warm the PVC conduit before bending it. This will make it more pliable and prevent it from cracking. When bending fiberglass conduit, use a conduit bender specifically designed for fiberglass conduit. Fiberglass conduit is very strong and requires a lot of force to bend. When bending flexible metal conduit, or FMC, use a conduit bender specifically designed for FMC. FMC is very flexible and can be easily kinked if bent improperly. Use a conduit bender with a smooth bending surface to prevent damage to the FMC. When bending liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, or LFMC, use a conduit bender specifically designed for LFMC. LFMC is similar to FMC but is covered with a liquid-tight jacket. Use a conduit bender with a smooth bending surface to prevent damage to the LFMC jacket. When bending electrical non-metallic tubing, or ENT, use a conduit bender specifically designed for ENT. ENT is a type of flexible plastic conduit. Use a heat gun or blanket to warm the ENT before bending it. This will make it more pliable and prevent it from cracking. Consider the specific requirements of the electrical code when bending conduit. The electrical code specifies the minimum bending radius for different types of conduit. Ensure that the bends meet the requirements of the electrical code. Consult with a qualified electrician if unsure about the proper bending techniques or the requirements of the electrical code. Proper conduit bending is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. In summary, to choose the right bender, you need to carefully consider the specific application, the type of conduit being used, and the features and capabilities of the different bender models available. Remember to prioritize safety and follow all applicable codes and regulations.